Sorry, just setting a few things up. Alright, should be good to go. And boom. I feel like I've been lying about my stream titles, but I didn't know. Didn't know it was going to take this long. But according to Demise Power from yesterday, I'm on the point 4 quest, which means I should be right there. Right towards the end. So, hopefully. Alright, I did want to do something. I'm going to glamour this. Yeah. Because that's pretty cool. There's another one. His hands. These, I feel, could be used with a lot of sets. That's kind of weird. Alright. Is there anything else I needed to do before I continue the story? Oh yeah, I'm going to start by doing Grand Company stuff. Because I don't need too much more to complete my log. Alright, start here. Eastern Thanalan. Oh, these are in the dungeon, that's right. So I need to do the dungeon. Then need to go to North Shroud. Let's go to North Shroud first. What is it called? Ixali Straightbeak. Because I want to get the fancy duds you get from ranking up in your company. See what's up here. Flying does help this quite a bit. Never been up here before. Those are cool. Definitely not up here. What's up, fellas? I've never killed one of these before, but I've seen them everywhere. Oh, I think this is meant for a group. Yep. Goodbye. It's like a world boss. You gonna let me live? Thank you. Okay, don't do that again. So those are definitely group content. I mean, I was doing damage to it, so I suppose probably a 5-man. Xali Straightbeak, where are you? This doesn't seem like the area for that race. Tattier Badger, morning. Welcome to the stream. Right now, I'm just trying to find a mob, and I'm not having much luck. Because I want to rank up in Maelstrom. Because I have a ton of greens I want to turn in for a rep. Because apparently that's the thing. I can't do that until I do this hunting log. I can't find this thing. Alright, Alder Springs. Peace Garden. I don't see springs in... Oh, literally right there. I did not read that part of the log. Good morning, Astrid. Alright, Alder Springs. Where's my Xali? There's a lot of kickerns down here. Having zero luck. I just realized my desktop audio was off. Good job, me. Alright, should be working now. I'm in Alder Springs. There are no straight beaks here. That's a lie. Can put a flag in the area to follow. Okay, I know what all those words mean individually. I don't know what they mean in context. Oh, Xali. Right here. Alright, then we have to do... We have to run a quick dungeon. I know I'm delaying Evermore finishing a Realm Reborn, but I want to get this log done. I don't think I can do the hard mode. I think I have to do the regular one. Yep, it's a regular one. Don't need any help with anything in Heaven's Ward, because I am not in Heaven's Ward yet. We are on the point 4 quest, someone told me last stream. So we should be almost done with The Realm Reborn. And to be honest, I don't want help unless I get completely flabbergasted with something. Because when I play games, I like to take them as they come. I think a lot of people, like the culture nowadays, is to start a game and look at the wiki. And I'm not a big fan of that. I like to just see what the game gives me, kind of go from there. There's a anecdote for that. If you look at the achievements for Elden Ring, the most popular ending is the most convoluted ending, and this is on the first playthrough. They selectorized it out so you can see everyone's first playthrough and what ending they get. The most complicated one is the most popular one because that's one where you get to have an anime waifu. Because, you know, people want that. So that just tells you people didn't just play the game because the, you know, Lord of Cinder or whatever, or Elden Lord ending should be the most popular one, because that's just playing the game normally. But the super complicated, non-intuitive quests that lead you to the ending is the most popular. I don't know if I need these, but I'm doing it anyway. Oh, you got it by accident. That's cool. See, that's what you want. You want the authenticity and, like, being, like, wowed when something happens. I got the Chaos ending. Oh, sorry, buddy. Where you pledge to the 2 fingers and, yeah, bad stuff happens. But that was just because I was following, you know, the breadcrumbs I was given. Oop, this way. And it ended up there. But again, it shows you, even on the first playthrough, going back to my original point, people got that, you know, Rena's ending, that, you know, anime waifu in the stars ending, because they wanted it. So they looked it up, and they didn't even play the game authentically their first time. I don't know what to take from that. Like, I'd say it's sad, but that's what people want to do. So is it sad? I mean, that's how they want to play. That's how they want to play. But yeah, I don't like playing like that. Like, I want to see what the game designers intended. Like, let's see the consequence of my choices. Alright, Heaven's Ward, nice. I've heard great things about it. Yeah, they're definitely setting up the storyline for the end of The Realm Reborn here. A lot of tension, we have the Syndicate causing all this ruckus. Bad stuff's gonna happen, probably. Alphanut is drunk with power. Yeah, I wonder if creating an autonomous group force of, you know, this giant... I can say words. I haven't had my coffee yet. This giant force with no allegiance to anybody. I wonder if that's going to be a problem. It's like when the Pope had an army in history. It's not good. You don't want that. Yeah, government sucks sometimes, but at least it's like the best we can do in terms of like showing the will of the people. It's the best we've come up with. At least there's some accountability if your army is controlled by the government. But yeah, it's definitely going to crash and burn. So I think that's what they're setting up. Because, full disclosure, I don't think it said it was your first time, chat. I played this game 3 years ago. Hopefully someone hits those. Played this game 3 years ago. And I got to the point where I walked across the bridge to Heaven's Ward, and then all my friends quit, and I quit. So I haven't seen any of Heaven's Ward. I've seen the event that happens right at the end of A Realm Within. So I know that. I'm not going to play act and say I don't, but... I forgot all the events leading up to it, though. Which is kind of cool to see how they set it up. I forget why everybody quit. I think it was a... It might have been a classic WoW thing. This way? Last time I was a Dragoon warrior, but I didn't do that this time because Dragoon and Warrior are very similar in terms of their playstyle. You have 1-2-3 combo and off GCD stuff. So it's like, are you DPSing or tanking? Not much difference with the playstyle. So I swapped to Bard because Bard is more proc-based, it seems. Like everything's based off heavy shot, then you have a bunch of procs and cooldowns off that. Which is a little more engaging than just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. We'll see what the new classes have to offer. I haven't played, like, the Gunbreaker, Machinist, any of the other classes. Alright, no one pulled it. Oh, they did pull it. I'm the dumb one. Whoops. Salute. For our last one. I also want to engage with the, Oh, I think my free company thing expired. Because I hadn't invited anybody. Yeah, I want to try their free company making system. See if I can find some fellow Wheel of Time fans. Join the Two Rivers Guild. Tomahawk! My throwing form is interesting. Alright, it's all done. So I should be able to rank up. submarines. There's submarines in this game? Sure. Why not? There's everything else in this game. Yeah, I haven't engaged with any of the crafting. I know there's a lot of cool stuff for fishing, like you go on fishing trips out in the deep ocean, and yeah, it's a lot of stuff I haven't engaged with yet. Because the number one thing is getting up to date with the story. Because then you can experience the new story with everybody else. And once you're there, you can... I think it's a better time to do crafting and a lot of that extracurricular stuff. Oop, I should probably... I've seen this guy before. Like, they know it isn't my first time seeing it because I have the warrior armor. Level 50. Let's just do that. There's a big one that pops out at some point. There it is. Unstunnable. Yeah, there are two types of MMO players in this world. Players that love fishing and players that don't. It's very diametrically opposed groups. In every MMO I've played, I've despised fishing. Don't know why. Just maybe I was too beat up by WoW, because the WoW system is so boring. You sit there, you look at the lure. Once it shakes, you click on it. And you do it again. I cannot. I know it's more involved here. Like, they basically made crafting their own classes. Or jobs, in this case. Alright, we got our hunting log done. That. Tank buster. I do like the no add-ons in this game very much. Because in WoW, like, you still have tank busters, quote unquote, things that hit the tank super hard, but you just have an add-on to tell you when they're coming. So Final Fantasy's like, how about we just make it less annoying and just tell people when it's coming, because they're gonna get it anyway in an add-on. Alright, let's go back to my Grand Company. See if that worked. Earn the achievement, leaving a good impression. I don't know what that means, but I will accept it gladly. I haven't done these quests because I'm pretty sure they're for PvP, and don't think I'll be PvPing in this game. Yeah! Storm Sergeant 3rd Class, at your service. Go me. Till sea swallows all. Well, that was quick. Who needs third class? We go second. Till sea swallows all. Let's just see what the requirements are for the next one. Just need seals. Okay. Easy enough. Oh, I can do this now. Nice. Okay, set items are those which are sellable, whose names are not yellow in their help window. Not yellow. It's provisioning. Aha! Now I can do it. So all this stuff I can get rid of. Let's go. Now, I could possibly save some of these for my alternate classes I have, but I can just buy crap gear. It's fine. I really need to clear my inventory. I think I needed 6,000 for my next upgrade. It'd also be nice if I could just check all these and deliver them all at once, but we're being nitpicky. $7,000. Donna Pink, and she's wearing pink. Way to go for the theme. Alright. Storm Sergeant First Class. Oh, I don't get a cutscene anymore. Sergeant Abar, doing the Maelstrom proud as ever, I see. I made all these guys Southern, I don't know why. As a matter of fact, you're just the man I was hoping would come along. House Zemel, a Vishgard is in some distress, and you're just the one we need to answer the call. Your task, travel to Dismel Darkhold and purge the subterranean fortress of Voidsent. Once you're ready, make your way to the central highlands of Querthus. I trust you'll have little trouble finding the Darkhold. Hopefully, a retainer in the service of House Dismel will brief you in greater detail when you arrive. We await word of your success. Do I want to do this now, or do I want to continue the story? Let's do this. Let's get my rank. Dungeons don't take very long in this game. I did read that Yoshi P said it's a conscious choice to keep dungeons to like 20 minutes. Like all of them. Which has been a lot of variants early on, but this is early, so I assume they get more regimented as things go along. Hopefully this will let me wear the new duds. I really want the white lapels, but apparently you can't get that. Because that's only for the Admiral. Why can't I be the Admiral? What? Who goes there? Oh, you must be the reinforcements. I beg your pardon. Recent sights have left me as skittish as an untrained chocobo. Dismail Darkhold. The name itself sends a shiver up the spine, does it not? The place has been infested by all manner of fearsome voidsent of late. I've even heard words of statues come to life. While we as Guardians pride ourselves in seeing to our own defenses, the threat this time is simply too great. You'll see to those abominations, won't you? Sure, let's do it. Should be quick as a tank. While I'm waiting. Let's see. Watch, I'm probably not going to get to Heaven's Word today because I did a few things first. Just my luck. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Definitely like the other one better, but just for variety's sake. We are very red now. Guess it's our Maelstrom colors. Come on, Dungeon Q. Check out some outfits. I see a lot of bunny boys, a lot of cat girls, and the inverse. Yep. Bunny girl. I don't see a lot of dragon ladies, or dragon guys. Very few Rogadins, too. There's one. You look wonderful, son. That's the play. You get in your best duds and you stand on the edge here. For people like me to look at you. Excuse me? Anyway. Looks like she's ready to go to a 90s club. Where's my tank Q? What is this? That would actually work with my current set. The red handle there? Sure. Don't think it's an upgrade. Let's go glamour that. Again, very few complaints about this game. One of them is the glamour system is extremely tedious. They should have just copied WoW. Like, WoW already did it, just copy WoW. Ooh. And it opens up. I like that axe. Good purchase. If only this queue would pop. Yeah. It's almost like a big mace. Yeah, that would be another cool class to add to this game. I know they have a lot of tanks already, but either tank or DPS hammer class. So you can get giant hammers. That would make me happy. Because I love dwarves in every fantasy game. If I can play a dwarf, I play a dwarf. Which, again, they should be in this game too. But at least you can bring in the hammers. Maybe they can with Dawntrail. I mean, they're trying new stuff. And the dwarves exist in the Pixel games. I know, because I've just played them all. There are dwarves in like 3 of them. Alright, this time is a lie. Where are my healers at? Why does this exist? You won't find no mollycoddles or ministries in my crew, just real buccaneers what know how to stand up for themselves. Far cry from Carvelian's band of dandies, make no moans about it. What's wrong with dandies? Captain Rossman led the Sanguine Sirens to the top of the food chain here in Limsa. You want to join the meanest crew in the sea, then you'd best bloody your cutlass and thicken your hide. So there is one hammer leader. Okay. It could support a whole class, though, I think. So this crew has their own building? This is just for the designers to have fun. Oysters, as you know, is an aphrodisiac. She is wearing him out. The designers have a sense of humor. Poor guy. Alright, this queue. I also don't think this system needs to be in the game. If you make it an actual part of gameplay, then repairing can be fine, but they don't really emphasize it here at all. It just is like, oh, you haven't repaired for like a week, maybe we should go repair. It's just busy work. Because in WoW, like, your gear can break pretty quickly if you die a lot. So it's, you know, that's the downside of dying, because you don't lose stuff like you do, say, in EverQuest or other earlier games. The downside is you gotta pay money to repair, or your stuff will start breaking. Good shell. Oh, okay, it's like creating a chat room for you and a friend. Cool. Well, what can I knock out while I'm waiting? Okay, I have that to do, but that's a dungeon. This is for extreme modes. That I couldn't do. This is for extreme as well. This is for samurai. Gold saucer. I can go to the gold saucer, I guess, while I'm waiting. Because this is taking much longer than expected. Where is the elevator? Oh, there we go. No gold saucer today. Go a bit more. I have my cooldowns now. Sink to a higher level. Taking a lot of damage. Took cast arm's length as well. Fight, please, or die. I don't know what you mean. No, I didn't die. Guess we did the thing. Oh yeah, this dungeon's all about standing in light. This guy's over everyone's foolishness. Like, we do this efficiently. Come on, come on, come on. I know, buddy, I know. Use casting. This guy's seen one too many sprouts in his life. Yeah, I can imagine if they just don't understand the concept. So that's what I mean. I'm not mad at him. I'm just saying he's seen a lot of sprouts and he's dealt with it a lot, it seems. We're moving. I attempted to pull him to the light, but he started by casting an AoE, so we just stood there. Nah, I like reading chat. It's an MMO. But yeah, I could see veteran players groaning, like, he's not doing the light thing. I'm gonna type. So I get it. Okay, he pulled him. I was gonna be safe, but the healer pulled him, so... It is nice having the experienced one be the healer. So, if he wants to pull more, he can. I'm a little annoyed when DPS do it, because like, hey, you're not either side of the tank healer equation here. But if the healer pulls, it's like, alright, you can take more, perfect. I'll tank it. I just don't want to overwhelm you. I do have a cooldown. Too many ranged here. It's awkward. They can kill that. Remember this boss being rather straightforward. Just kind of tank him. He's the same boss from Halatali or whatever. Same model. Big crits. Perfect opener. I am intrigued by Black Mage. I like... Actually, I think I was told that this is not the thing anymore. But they have to put down ley lines and try to cast inside those ley lines. So it really incentivizes you to like study the fights and know when you can put them down and cast within them. Unless that's not a thing anymore. But those optimizations are fun. It feels like when you can do it, you get mastery over that class. In that fight. Oh, I didn't do my damage buff. Oh, because of this level, it's only on the AoE. That's right. Is there a doll standing there? Oh, we gotta get both of them. Okay. Yay, mechanics. Oh, last boss. Okay. This guy's also rather straightforward. Kill the crystal. That's the big attack. I've noticed there are some heavy damaging attacks in the tank that aren't considered tank busters. Like that triple combo he does. This should be coming up now, so I'm just gonna pop this. Advance. Hasn't come yet. Alright, I didn't know at all when that came, apparently. He hasn't done it yet. And I'm overcapping. Void zones down. That's the attack. So that's what I need defensive for. Yeah. Because that definitely seemed like a tank buster. If I didn't have a cooldown up, that would do like half my health. Which I think qualifies as a tank buster. I want that. Alright, sorry. Still not going to, Gold Saucer. Ricky. Welcome back, Sergeant Abar. Word of your success has already reached us. If anyone deserves a platitude of storm seals and recognition, it's you. The House Dismail Knight spoke most highly of the outcome. This will go far to improve the Maelstrom's reputation in Ishgard. Rest assured that your superiors will hear directly from me from your efforts. Of your efforts. At this rate, it won't be long until you have a shiny new rank to show for yourself, I'd wager. Be strong and safe, Abara, till sea swallows all. What does dead man ever die? For this, you must receive the express endorsement of Commander Arashat Ariki. So you have fulfilled all the commander's requirements. Without further ado, I shall make the necessary arrangements for your promotion. You are currently Storm Sergeant First Class. To qualify for Chief Storm Sergeant, you must fulfill the following requirements. 8,000. Alright. What rank am I? So I have the sergeant's gear now. Eh. Meh. No. None of these look good. Now that looks fantastic. So I need to get Lieutenant, and I can wear this stuff. Yeah, I want that. I want the white, but apparently you can't get the white. Alright. Where were we? Story time. Let's turn my helm off for dialogue scenes. It does me well to see you thus returned, though I doubt not your prowess entering an enemy stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture, and I must confess to have been a trifle anxious. But here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission as is your wont. Lest you wonder, the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans. Thanks to their expert ministrations, the danger has passed. You have my gratitude, Jack. Yeah, like this with the white lapels. That's a good look. Allow me to thank you also, Scion. Rest shows you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see to it that the men keep their wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I will not rest until we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, Jack, I realize you have scarce caught your breath, but I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require that you accompany me to Querthus. I have been granted an audience with an Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you're ready. That looks pretty cool. Meh. Ready to depart. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity, Jack, an audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We have to treat with Sir Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. We would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Aymeric wishes to meet the man behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of the plan when you request your permission to accompany me to Querthus. Mayhap you feel this is a waste of your talents? Yes, which could doubtless be put to nobler use. If so, I should remind you that more good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than with the thrust of a sword. A meeting with an Ishgardian ambassador, by all means. I think it a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual beast drive activity as of late. If Alphanod believes your presence may help him secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. Antecedent, I take it Jack has explained the situation. He has. Yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurned all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Because they're being controlled by the Scions, which we saw in a cutscene last time. Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. Exposition. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Abalathia Spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean alliance formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdrew from the alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silver Tear Skies. Since which time their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their neighbors' pleas even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Cartano, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the alliance at every opportunity. I have explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why not? Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so. Rather than the lowly messengers we have been fobbed off with in the past, this time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I'm not so naive as to think they come to us of the goodness of their hearts. We have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed. You may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. We're back to the visual novel, guys. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Jack. Our old friend Lord Horsefront is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. Yeah, they went a little crazy with the writing on this post-ARR content. I think they needed a banner in their offices that just said, "Show, don't tell." Because, jeez. Like, we're just going to text dump 10 hours of gameplay. Like, compare this to, like, a Lego game. Zero dialogue in a Lego game, yet you know exactly what's happening. Ah, Jack, ever a welcome sight. Our hearths have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold times. Alright, he hates Alphinaud too. Ah, good Master Alphinaud. An honor as always. They shortened this? This is... I can't imagine what the OG was then. Like, they could cut out half these scenes and you would still know exactly what's happening. Like, likewise, Lord Horsefront, forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have relied overmuch on your aid, since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense! Any such debts occurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? House Fortemps may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped us justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is of grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand. Sir Aymeric arrived at Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I'm told he's eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey and desire to rest a while by the warmth of our hearth. But if you're willing to forgo such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside the intercessory. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your hearth sounds, I think it best we proceed to the intercessory forthwith. Thank God. We don't need to rest. We just got here. It's fine. Oh, over there. We've been expecting you, sir. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Sweet armor. On him. Hers is
Commander
fine.
Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
We both like blue.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations.
Okay, how do they make this table?
Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict.
That is one piece of
We have
wood.
not the knights to spare. As for the Guardians, we are not...
It's gotta be the biggest tree in
We have
Eorzea.
observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
So he's threatening.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
You summon him in a couple of the games.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the
Like
ash
5 and 6 you summon him.
and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But what we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
I don't think that's going to happen.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury? All our precautions were for naught?
Bum, bum, bum. Alright. Meh. No. Meh. Give me gold. Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Horsefine and find out what he has learned. Oh, you're done talking to them? Go talk to them. Whee! My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's Toll as it was passing through the Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant, every knight was slain, every crate seized. Then, as quickly as they had appeared, they were gone. 'Twould be an impossible feat without knowledge of that route, knowledge to which only select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue the avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. Okay, let's go do it. The trail is yet to warm. We must act swiftly, as Lord Horsefine said, lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Jack. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings. Like, last 4 dialogue boxes could have been cut out of that, and nothing would have changed. We should go investigate. And scene. Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Lord Horsefine bid you speak with us? Then you must be... beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nary a crate behind. Tipped the wagon for good measure, even. Whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier to just steal it. But a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own hidden away off. But pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis naught but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care at the observatorium could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. And we go back. I'm storyboarding this in my head now. That could be cut out too. We can just say, oh, there's a survivor of the attack at the observatorium. Go talk to him. And we avoid this whole thing. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as, lost and ill-equipped for the journey further north. Our leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same. Else why would they let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek, and then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I don't know what had happened until I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight back, but took a blow to the head. By the time I came to, the others were dead and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't. I mean, they'd have killed me, so I just lay and listened. Isart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. So we're working towards fighting Shiva, it seems to be. An iconic summon from the games. 4 was the first one I played. Any representation in that game was really cool. Whee. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? It seems Lady Ashart does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of the Enchiridion, Master Alphanod? Shiva was a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who lay down with dragons. Ooh. Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saint of heretics. Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Lord Harshavan, what was the caravan's cargo? Crystals. Oh, if I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Isart and her fellows intend to summon Shiva, as the beast tribe would a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Harshavan, you would agree that discretion is of paramount concern. Of course. I can trust to count on your continued support, Master Alphanod. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. The support is a given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, this includes you, though I am sure you would not miss it for the world. Alright, what do we got? Meh. Give me gold. The persistent attacks on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Minfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Jack, pray join me in the White Room front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandare may have doubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Dremont should be eager to oblige us. Shall I see you there, then? Good. I wonder if any developer of this game has actually gone through this and read everything. Just to see. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join the hunt for Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing couldn't be better. We are all ears, Lord Drillmont. A band of pilgrims have seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak, that self-same frozen wall which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirm our suspicions. I have heard enough. My knights will join in the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to White Brim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It would be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Aymeric. And so it begins, my friend, though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration. Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may be a subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Drillmont has one in mind. Maybe we should ask him, he's right there. Yes, excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done. Those are pretty cool. Those are extra. Yeah, let's grab those. Seems as though we were always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to doubt. Just reading the lower line. Everything's jumbling together now. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the self-same result. Fortunately, we're not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Guillaume. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in the future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in White Room Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, he will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point you must report to Sir Gentremont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should you meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which can endanger our plans. Ugh. Too much reading. Oh, thank you for the bits, Demise. Corgo 100. I don't know what that means, but I'll accept it. Appreciate it, man. We are attempting to get through all of this. My god, is it a lot of text. I'm sure someone did a word count. And it would probably... I'd say probably a 600-page book. Post a Realm Reborn. If you add up all the text. Medium type, of course. Yeah, I found a vendor in Limsa that sold some cool stuff. So I got new axe, and I changed to the red armor. Well, the reverse. I changed to the red armor first, just to switch it up. And the axe, I saw, had a red handle, and it does that. Turns into like a mace type thing. So, it fit. Put my helm on, we're outside. And I raised like 4 ranks in my Grand Company. Not high enough to get the gear, that's Lieutenant. I need some more seals. I didn't turn in all of it. I turned in most of it. Just turned in enough to get the next rank. But as I get closer, I'll probably turn in the rest of it. I'm treating my greens kind of like souls in Dark Souls. You know, when you get like the large soul of a nameless soldier or whatever. So if I'm close to the next one from all, my other activities, I'll use greens to get it over the cap. Hey, where in the 7 hells are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off here. Here, you blundering oaf. Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. Your sole duty is to the... Bloody echo. Lower your voice, or they'll hear us and wipe in front. Yes, of course, the Temple Knights are in Snowcloak. That is why you bring me? That is what you bring to me? We already knew about... our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnel. We're dead before they know what's happening. Nevertheless, if you waste my time again, is that clear? This has got to be where most people drop off the game. This ARR has great pacing. Up until the big celebration at the end when you celebrate doing all the primals and destroying the Empire. That's great. And then it just goes to talk to this guy, talk to this guy, talk to this guy. Have you talked to this guy? You should probably talk to this guy. Hey. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? I see. You'll have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly. Yet the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation, and confident they can thwart it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. Yeah, and my assumption is there knocked boots? Because I already got the other stuff. That all of this is obviously... has been rolled out in patches. Like, this is probably the Shiva patch, when Shiva got released. And before was the Ramu patch, when Ramu got released. So, when they came out, it was probably fine, because you go through these stories, and they were interesting, because you hadn't had dialogue like this in a while. But, when you shove them all together like this, it is rough. Because I love story. Like, I'm a big story guy. It's just... in a video game, you expect to kind of play the story as well as have dialogue. And this is just... read a book. We have long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given what you have overheard, I fear the Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House Durandare Knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they would take courage from the presence of so storied a warrior. Pray rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If alone is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy, Jacks. The lives of our allies are at stake. I never do. Yeah, if this was spaced 5 or 6 months apart, this would probably be way more engaging. Wrong button. We might survive. Gameplay! We did the gameplay. My net sent no word of your coming, Jack. What has happened? What is that in your hand? By the Fury, those were veterans with years of service. And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered, and... No, we have not the men to spare. Not now. Not while Eyesight prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others, and I'll wager they are on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the trader you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the Guardian's watches, Guardsman's watches at our outpost in Snowcloak. The trader was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we had caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course, it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. House Durandare must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from the Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. Great. Time is of the essence, Jack. That is the biggest lie I've heard in post-ARR content. Time is not of the essence. We have all the time in the world. You're gonna sit here, and you're gonna read, and you're gonna love it. The biggest lie I've read so far. How dare you, writers? You know what you did. I will not accept that. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they are cut down ere their swords are drawn. But all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Then stop talking. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell her, Sir Aymeric, everything yet we have discovered. Blah. Time is of the essence, but I must get 3 more text boxes out. Bleh. Want a healer? Spoilers! I didn't know this was an instance. I'm just kidding. Sure. Jack, this is a welcome surprise, perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we've yet to uncover any hidden. You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights in high alert. Has Commander Levellaire been informed? The Braves must be made aware. Has he been informed? Okay, distance. Here? To here. You could just say, hey, bro. Bro. Do you know this crucial bit of information? You walk over, okay. No, I have to do that. And then inform. I know it's MMO RPG logic, but come on. Anyway. Just in time for what? I don't know what's happening. It must be here. I'm certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we may be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it, this is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins when we should be rightly straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is! Come here, girl. Finally, someone with some excitement. Miss Ida. That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Ida. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. No, the elements don't affect characters in anime. That's a given. Style is number 1. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that is not all. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly, the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. I've read too much today. Among this warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others. We're going in. A moment, Alphinaud. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us in there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we enter the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. Ahem, a change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Aymeric to keep the heretics at bay, here you will go wherever the tunnel leads. Alphinaud. If you find Asa at the end of it, do not let her escape. Just point and say go. You venture into the unknown, so see to it that you're prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, or Papa Yima will sulk. The entrance to the tunnel, sir, it's over there. We have not seen the heretics breaking the service, but no sort of place. Oh, synagogue outside. Okay, well, yeah, fine. Good God. I am sick of reading. Sure. Am I there? And a Grenner. I don't know. Do I have you on here? I forget who everyone is. Well, what is your name? Lalafels. Is there a slash punt? Because there should be. Nope. Like, what damage is that thing gonna do? The head of my axe is bigger than your body. Let's be honest here. Granite, what's your name? Or shoot me a message if you're on the data center. No problem. It takes me a bit to log in because I put on two-factor authentication and now I can't take it off. So whenever I log in, I have to go find my phone. It's usually charging somewhere. Grenner. Probably find it from that. Maybe not. Alright, not online yet. I'm just glad we get to play the game. And it sucks. If this is the constricted down version, that's insane. Like, I've seen a lot of sprouts leveling up. So people are starting the game. I just hope they don't get bored at this place because, my God, it's a lot. So an MMO only survives if you get new blood because people quit. Alright, let's go. Samurai Bard, whatever you want to do. Sure, I don't have anything else. This oddly reminds me of Mario 64 water level music. Similar tone. Nice music though. Alright, we got icicles dropping. Alright, they don't hit hard. I'm going bigger. we'll stop at this pack. Pop cooldown. Oh, we are pumping. Is that a Pictomancer? I saw a picture. That's a very cool looking class as far as the animations. I know I can't play that till Dawn Trail, but I'll get there. There's a few classes I want to try. Gotta kill this. Love this music, though. Wandil, what do you got for me? Big crits. No ads. I got a big AoE. Probably can't interrupt that. I know this indicator of what you can interrupt and what you can't, but I don't remember. That you definitely can't interrupt. Well, I did my job. I stood still and I hit the boss. Good job, me. What is this for? Oh. Not much of a review. Too hazy. Excuse you. Probably don't hit that. Alright, I got cooldown. Let's go big. Alright, that's good. Oh, I should have my DPS meter running so I could judge you all. And myself. Rampart up. Should be fine. Big steel cyclone. Oh, look at this guy. I don't want to kill him. He just looks tired. He's like, alright. Gotta kill you. The Eeyore bosses here. Alright, that's a big AoE, so I probably should reprisal that. Alright. I'm gonna say, something's going on with these balls. These. And more balls. explosions. Fair enough. This guy just needs a nap. I hope we just knocked him out. Oh. This does remind me of, like, older NES or N64 soundtracks, because it's very repetitive, but you don't get bored of it. Like a lot of the old Zelda stuff or Mario stuff, super repetitive, but it just has that quality to it that you don't get tired of. Maybe they intentionally made this so soothing because they knew people were so angry after reading 600 pages worth of dialogue. You come in here like, oh, it's alright. The game's actually fun. The door to oblivion. It's ominous. Open the door to oblivion? Maybe we shouldn't. He seems mad. Alright, got a full bar here. So that means we open with Triple Inner Beast. That's a big AoE, so we can reprisal that. Alright, this I'm assuming we stand behind those crystals. That stands to reason. Then get away because they explode. Alright. I've seen mechanics like this before. Alright, we got a tank buster. Pop cooldown. Heaven's Ward Roar. Heaven's Ward, they said the name. Maybe that means we're close. Alright, we got the shards coming down. Get ready to stand behind the shards. We have some time DPS here first. Then we move. Oh. So they bust early. Okay, so there has to be an indicator somewhere. The ones that are busting early. I didn't see it, but it has to exist. Because everyone else did. You just drop oranges on the bus? Boom. We three-man that, too. Oh, yeah, we had a Lalafell. Anyways. They're hard to see. Guess I need that.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light.
Is this Shiva or is this Iceheart, or are they one and the same?
Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am.
I am Batman.
I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart. This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man.
That idle animation with the weapon. That's gotta be really taxing on the quads. You're doing like quarter squats forever.
You will come to understand that what we do for the greater good.
The greater good.
For Eorzea.
Hot
For
fuzz.
Hydaelyn.
Ice Shard? Shard is Shadowheart, come on. Everyone knows this. Alright, I will be right back. So I need to pee. I need to get ready to read another book. I do look badass though, I like this color of this armor. Anyway, be right back. Alright, we are back. Why is there a Lalafell on my screen? That's right. Is this RPing? Okay. That's pretty funny. I'll give it to you. Anyway. That took longer than expected. What news, Jacked? I'm not going to Fantasia to Lala. So Iceheart is but a pseudonym, not that it matters. That you managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for their fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised, Jacked. We may yet turn the situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Urianger have been busy perusing the archives of House Fortemps, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you are intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report the day's events, don't. Thank God. The antecedent should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold. And more Alphanat. If I Fantasia to anything, it would be to try out the big tiger race Hrothgar. To see if I could stomach being... having that hunch posture all the time. Oh, Minfilia's looking great. Antecedent, you come to us straight from the archives of House Fortemps. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Would that it had. Urianger and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. She dressed for the occasion, unlike Ida. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She laid down with the dragon, the gravest of all sins, according to her guardian faith. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, how does that work? Human laying down with the dragon. The size is an issue. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question, exactly. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Fortemps. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Viewed with that prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to endless war serves a greater good. The greater good. I think Sir Aymeric might take issue with her methods. Do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. Oh, so you can go just talk to him, not have me do it. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I expected, Sir Aymeric. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I'd expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Halone that your ancestors came to this land? Why they took up arms against the Dervanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? Alphanot is a passive-aggressive dick. Anyway, there are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will, that unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. Correct. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. Makes sense, but I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era. The scripture tells us only such. Would that it told us more. The man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure, less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva is a living, breathing woman, of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned. each of whom was worshipped as a god, the sole exception being good King Mughal XII. The myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Mughals Guard. So Mughal he was they believe so hard he came to be. It's very much like, I play Warhammer 40,000 too. And the orcs in 40k are hilarious. They have this special, like, psychic power. They don't even know they have it. But basically, if they believe something strongly enough, it happens. So, like, if they believe the car they're driving has gas, it has gas. There'll be like a flat, just sheet of metal they put on the, like, you know, in front of them while they're driving, quote unquote, this car. And they'll just paint buttons on it. And if they believe strongly enough, the buttons work. So, that's what this reminds me of. The Mughals just believe so hard they made this giant monster thing. Saint Shiva made a fur, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. Is that not placing one's faith in a higher power? Then what is? Crystals and conviction, Menphilia. They have them both in abundance. Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the aetherite Isart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another aetherite somewhere not far to the west. Despite the paragraph after paragraph. Despite the apparent proximity of the second aetherite, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Isart has some means to mask its signal, it can only presume she has it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Charlian may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. Oh, but we will do it. While Menphilia looks into our aetherite problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly despite our numbers. Quarthos is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for the leader's whereabouts. Although it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you in case you were not aware. Good. I knew you'd understand. Yu Hayes can apprise you of the details. When the task is complete, come and find me at the observatorium. Captain Illbred and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. Shut up, Elfinod. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in her absence. Let us leave them to their work. There you are, Jack. Commander Levelayer instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the Third hail from Eldon. For a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But the matter at hand, nary a moment ago I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for Danafin Pass. You know what we could have done here? I know I'm complaining a lot. I'm sorry. I'm honest when I play stuff. Alf and I just could have said, hey, they're headed for Danafin Pass. Like, he just gets a message. And then we just go. All of this could be cut out. My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself should be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I did not earn my coin. That messenger that walked out to him could have just said, hey, we spotted them in this pass! And nothing would be different. Because you want people to read the story. Like, you like the story you wrote. They seem to have a passion for what they do in this game. You want people to read it. You've got to meet people halfway. I will stop grumbling eventually, I promise. That dungeon was awesome. Let's be positive. The music was great. The setting was awesome. Big fan. Bell's balls, my ankle's on fire. I caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Danafin Pass. Hurry and you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. This snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Yeah, it just sucks, because an MMO only survives if you have new blood, because people always fall off, or they take, time off because time between patches or all that, so you need new people constantly in. And if you can't get new people past this point, because I know what comes later, so I know I'm going to really enjoy Heaven's Word and so on and so forth going forward. But if people just pick up the game and they get to this, they're like, I'm kind of bored now, and they fall off, then your game suffers. Like, not Classic WoW, Retail WoW, I don't think they're getting any new players. I think the people that are into that game are into that game, and that's pretty much it. Because the new player experience is bad. Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics? I'm not sure. There was a great scaled beast, and I think it went east on its own. The heretics split up, so we did too. That guy seems shifty. I think Retail WoW is too far gone, though. Like, they've introduced too many systems, and they can't get rid of them now. So they have to develop the game for, like, 70 different styles of player. And they need to get rid of add-ons. Ian did talk about that in his latest... Ian is the game designer. In his latest talk. That they're trying to break a lot of the add-ons and trying to get it more like a Final Fantasy system, which would be so much better. Because, again, the new player experience, you want to do, like, a high mythic key. You need to download a bunch of different crap. You need all the weak hours for that dungeon, you need deadly boss mods, you need all this different stuff just to play the game, because the mechanics are made with that in mind, thinking you have those because everyone does. And it's just so annoying. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest. And lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late, left for dead. Speaks for herself, does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the palace. The place. So we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. You look fine. I'm gonna play a bit of Ashes of Creation when the new restart comes. They're doing a Alpha 2 fresh, like August 3rd, I think. Interested to see how that goes. How the new player experience is there. I am through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those bluecoats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Oh no, the big man. Well, stay with him then if you think you fare any better. Now, there's no need for that. There are places like this in my homeland, sacred snow-capped peaks where the blood must not be shed. Oh, Yuguri. Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it has drunk deep. No, I've done nothing wrong. I wish we could get that outfit. The white lapels are fantastic. None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will. We shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Damn it all. Fancy meeting you here, Jax. You're everywhere, Elphanot. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither. What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yuguri and her shinobi, we might never have discovered her connection. Master Elphanot is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for the spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead in the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills. Skills which make me a nightmare for people like you. taken. Skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. It is a most generous offer, Lady Guri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Jack, let us wait inside for Captain Ilbrid to return and deliver his report. What's up, Darkbolt? It's been a while. We are... Every stream title I've made for the past, week is finishing A Realm Reborn, and we're not finishing A Realm Reborn. Still going. That guy looks cool. What class is that? Salmon. Dragoon. Of course, Dragoons have the best armor. Yeah, it looks great. Captain Ilbert seemed confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new confirmation ere long. I made a Discord, Darkbolt, so if you want to stay in contact there, you can jump on there. It's on the home Twitch page. The month has been pretty good. I'm doing some additional stuff at work, so a little more stressful, but not too bad. And, Final Fantasy, I was having a great time in A Realm Reborn until, once you get to the point where you beat the Empire, all that stuff was great, and then it slowed down to a crawl at this point, which I knew coming in. I was warned, and I had played this 3 years ago. I didn't remember it being this bad, but I was playing it with friends. And I was probably skipping more of Alphinaud's dialogue, because he goes on like crazy. But yeah, this has slowed down a lot. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods know we have more than enough to occupy the time as it is. Oh, this is a video game. All my complaints are in the context of playing a video game. So this is all good. This is no stress here. I stress about real-life things. I don't stress about having to read dialogue in a video game. And again, I still love the world. I love the characters. It's just, they went a little crazy. Ooh, I'm definitely grabbing that. They went a little crazy with the word counts. That would be great on a female character, not on me. But yeah, if you're getting super stressed by a video game, just stop playing. I say that, and I played League of Legends for 15 years. I've come to the point in League of Legends where you start the game, you just mute everybody. Then you have a pretty good experience. But my god, even when you're winning, people get mad that you didn't win fast enough. It's it's a whole nother level of anger in that game. Captain Ilbert, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Abbey, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquire their information on the shipment routes. I'm actually reminded of a game. I played Orange Jungle, which is not meta. He's typically a top laner. We won the game, I did really well, and after the game, our AD carry was still telling everyone to report me because I had a troll pick. I was 8-3 and 15. We won the game, and they're report him! That's not what you're supposed to play! Oh my god. Anyway, less venting on League of Legends. Go on. You will recall that the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him, we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. This guy's definitely evil. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame station at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad. the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring that deeds did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlements. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Fortin. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved at least, but what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prying off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the agent is among Raban's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? It is the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked, and remain above suspicion all these years. I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the three grand companies, Aldaz was never the more vulnerable to infiltration. That makes sense, considering the Syndicate is a big part of their government, and, runs on money. Both Limsalim and Zungradani have long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people. Loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership, only their banner was different. Not so the Flames. Ul'dah's military is made up of disparate orders, mostly of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Raban faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. However, even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. This is scintillating. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, aye. The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the Monitarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity they did so, but simple self-preservation. This probably looked amazing on the page. And then they realized people have to play this. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for stopping by again, Darkbolt. Again, there's a Discord now if you want to join that. You can keep in touch on there when I'm not streaming. Had Nell von Darkness's ambitions been any less apocalyptic, he may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Raban with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Ahem, returning to the present. Even as we speak, the Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue the investigation with the first. Meanwhile, I have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting the crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned, in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Aymeric informing him of our success in identifying the heretics and betters. Hopefully, the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Jack. As the realm's stoutest champion, 'tis only meet that you be present. 'Tis only meet? Only meet. Is that an Old English term? Because that sounds odd to me. 'Tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. It would be meet. I don't know that definition of that word. Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Isard. Yes. But unlike another... Well, I don't mind that storyline, just I'm sick of listening to you talk about everything and everything. But until another path to a sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Minfilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Gridania in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nefika's altar, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. Let's put my visor up so I'm less Batman in cutscenes. Thanks for coming, Jack. When you are ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. He will show us to the lotus stand. Okay. Voice acting?
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
Her voice actor's the same, but she was good before.
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
But I don't know if they changed this voice actor or just directed her better.
Who?
But the new Kani-san is better. A new emperor.
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the
An exposition isn't as bad when it's voice
acted.
acted. I can listen to stuff, that's fine.
Alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought
Look at
it
that guy.
fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
That's some WoW shoulder pads right there. He's like older Sephiroth.
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
If you just go to my home Twitch page, it should be right there.
Yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
So, young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp
So he's
and
the nephew
taken his
of
place at
Gaius.
the head of the Empire.
Yellow eyes. It's like Perrin from the books.
Given the troubled nature of
Wheel
his
of Time, that
succession,
is.
the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their
Operation
position.
Archon was so long ago.
But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
Yes. Raban.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
I still can't forget
Plainly,
to do coils.
the new
I'm
emperor's
gonna try this weekend.
intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartno dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Yeah, her character went from a nothing burger to probably the most competent of leaders. Maybe her and the Sultana. The Admiral hasn't really done much. Although she's my Admiral.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they
I
have
suppose.
finally acknowledged the
Yes.
inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example.
His sarcasm is why I think of him as a Redditor.
Praying for the coming storm to pass them by.
Like, yes, I know everything, and if only these people were as smart as me. Yes,
But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming.
Seems like my character only exists so he can talk out loud to somebody.
So long as the Ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
Yeah, Darkbolt has been watching the stream since I started, like, Final Fantasy 1. Because I streamed all the remasters before 14. And they were all great. You should play Final Fantasy 2, by the way, if you haven't. The remaster version is amazing. It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them. I don't know if there still is, but on the weekend there was a Final Fantasy sale. I don't know if it's still going. But I picked up Final Fantasy 9 for like $7. So if that's still going, definitely look up the bundle, because the bundle's only like 20-something bucks on sale, and you get all 6 games. And the reason for this, deep-rooted mistrust among the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little unless to the common folk. Take the Luminsons, for instance. Though Admiral Melvib outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling, wooden leg cutthroats. And likewise, the Gridanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Eldans are scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take that pillar of Eldan society, Teleji Adeleji, for example. But that is besides the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict in Cartno is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing. All you do is idle muse, bro. Let us speak more of a pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Airbed has further shortened his list of suspects, and by happy coincidence, the one he deems most likely candidate has lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, Jack. That is a lie, if I've ever heard it. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilbrid, near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Querthus, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Anyway. And once I'm in maintenance mode with this game, that means getting to max level and doing all the optional stuff I want to do. There's a lot of old school RPGs I want to hit up that I haven't hit up before. And another one, what is it called? Grimlock. Hold on. I'm going to make sure that's the name of it. But yeah, Suikoden I definitely want to play. The Saga series I definitely want to play. Was it Grimlock? What was the name of that? Hold on, I'm going to look this up for my edification. Because it looked really cool. It was basically a spiritual successor to like Wizardry, the old school dungeon crawlers, but it was made like 8 years ago. So it's modern technology. Legend of Grimrock.
Same old phone.
YouTube's getting way more aggressive with ads. My goodness. But yeah, it looks like this. Well, that needs to be making comparisons, but what's gameplay? Yeah, it's like old school dungeon crawling, grid based, but done in modern engine. To me, this looks very fun. Maybe I'm weird. But this nostalgia coupled with, you know, just straightforward dungeon crawling. Or maybe it's the fact that I'm reading, you know, volumes of dialogue that has me yearning for something a little more simple. My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. I wanted this one. Yeah, that looks cool. Creepy music. Listen well, the spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Eileen Royal, Raban's second-in-command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flame, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm has to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest-ranking foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General herself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Raban chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The Monitors saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. The best soundtrack, I think overall, is 6. They have the most memorable themes of all of them. But my favorite song is from 4, which is the theme of love, or Rose's theme. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. And 4 also has the best overworld music, I think. It was no secret that they did not favor foreigners. Also, the cave music in Final Fantasy IV is excellent. When you go in Mist Cave right away, so good. It was no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the Alliance. Yet the Monitors did not raise as much as a murmur of protest when the Rahl was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the Monitors? You're so sneaky. I'm definitely over that rock. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Rahl's presence here now, as you may be aware. It is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Raban attended the Council of the Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. But I'll say this game has excellent music, and I'm only going to see more and more as I go through the expansions. I don't know if I put this in a different category, though, because there's a lot more, you know, volume of stuff in this game. But what's also cool is Soken doesn't really restrict himself to, like, high fantasy sounding stuff or classical music. Like, there's jazz in this game, there's rock, there's pop, like, there's everything. The woman has no business being a Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless on some pretense. She's up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I've a dozen men trawling the Flames' records for evidence of Rahl's guilt, but if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I've been watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks. Every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely on your eyes, Scion? Said before, I'm also really excited for Final Fantasy Tactics on PC, which comes out in September, I believe. You have my thanks. Let us go, then. And take care not to alert our quarry. Because I've never played Tactics all the way through. Talk to me over here. Now talk to me over here. Rahl is headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. My favorite color is probably Like an emerald green. Deep emerald, darker hue green. So, Rel has entered the Caroline Canopy, meeting someone perchance. Or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray look for her within. If she's not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. Femi is her name. I shall remain here in case Rel appears. I wonder if I could change all these red accents to green. I don't know if I can dye the helm. That'd be really cool, though. Let's see what I have dyed somewhere in here. Yes. Okay. You have to augment the basic set. Okay. Now another question. Can you remove dye when you put it on? And go back to base? If so, I'll experiment. Okay. I might try the basic set green then. But I want to find the right green. Jack de Bar, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? Ahem, a social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger and on board there's any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. Hey, well done, Femi. That was very subtle. Wait, so you have to craft augments to put on the basic set. You can't just dye it. Okay. Nowhere to be seen, you say, and you are sure she did not board an airship. She did not come back out either. Where in the seven hells could she have gone? The Roost! How could I forget? Augments plus armor piece trade in NPC diable armor. See, I don't know how I would ever pick that up as a new player. Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Monterey tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait. That necklace. You are a shinobi of Doma. It's an NPC in Mordona. Okay. Well, I obviously didn't grasp it. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant. These eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Okay, the Mordona people are actually good at their job. Think the 12 for the Domans. Were not for their unique talents, Rel would have disappeared without a trace. Alright, what do we got? That's pretty fancy. Might look good for a bard. That's a no. That's a no. I need to remember to keep glamoring things. I don't think there's a limit on glamour. I'm used to WoW where you just get it right away. No. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Aurel's example and take the ferry to the West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I don't need preparations. I am ready to go. Yeah, if I change that one to green and keep this one red, it'll give good variation. I can swap back and forth. Because I love this set. Like, the set is very well made. Looks great. And then for my bard set, I'm probably going to get the lieutenant set from my grand company. Oh, jeez. 100k each? This way, my friends. Yuguri's great. She just gets shit done. Yeah, that'd be great. If it's more cost-effective to farm them. I would appreciate it, yeah. Your quarry makes for the Hawthorne Hut. If Ral is truly the one we seek, we'd expect that she means to make contact with the Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, and we have installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we've made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Ral would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with their Imperial contact directly. Yet, as well-known face in the Immortal Flame, she cannot move about Thanalan without being recognized. It would only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. It is for this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. The Yellows are a common sight here, and her comings and goings are not to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's hut and catch Ral in the act. Okay. Let's keep it moving. I think I'm actually going to make my first, produced YouTube video after I finish with all this post Realm Reborn stuff. I have a good idea for one. Because so far, pretty much just done VODs and clips. And I think I figured out the video editing software enough to try my hand at it. My people report that our choir has departed for the Bramble Patch. Oh, what's up? The ivy returns to the gnarls whence she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Okay. Your chocobo is incredibly armored. Hey, pajamas! Now I have to make a gear set. Thanks, man. I will use those soon. And they're green. Alright, let's just do that now. Character. Alright. Gear set list. Alright, warrior registered. Okay. Then it can drag this. Bam. Okay. Now, because my inventory is all screwed up. That's pretty nice. Alright, we gotta take off. Take off our gloves. Take off our earrings. Take off our rings. There we go. Then we gear set. Can I change the name? Bedtime. Drag that. Bam. Oh, I gotta take the axe off. Oh, it doesn't let you take the hide weapon. Okay. I wonder if it does what I want it to do. Does it hide the weapon? Yes, it does. Perfect. Alright, we did it. Thanks, man. I have more immersion when I log out now. You can get gear that hides armor. I still haven't equipped. Okay. For this instance, I don't need it, but for the future, that will help, yes. Thank you. Because I've seen people in, next to nothing in dungeon runs, so I know you can hide it somehow. Just beyond Ral Rorail is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer, an imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it, with me! I've run with a lot of people in their underwear. I'll just say that. The Emperor is set, like an Emperor's new clothes. Flame Marshal Eileen Roal, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You are followed, you bloody fool. Damnation. The Domans are cool. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely garbed for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelves Wood? When I last looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. You would feign ignorance, then. Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now, come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. This guy's definitely evil. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. Even a warrior of Roral's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not speak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap then the people of Ul'dah will have the grand company they deserve, but let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now? I have no idea. Probably talk to Alphanod for another half an hour. So the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Then I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not. My countrymen and I shall attend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. Speaking of talents, have you considered training the art of the shinobi? You have the aptitude for it, I believe, so please give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. What I saw of ninja in this game, it's a lot of elemental stuff. Like, you wouldn't think that. Maybe it's considered to be like potions they're throwing or something, but I saw a lot of like really flashy effects when looking at their rotation. Welcome back, Jack. I understand that Alphanod had a task for you. May I ask what it was? Charges of treason and espionage against Eileen Roal. I can scarcely believe it. Probably because it's not true. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust to the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Okay, and on that note, I believe I do have to head out, gotta make some food, and then go to work. Seems like I lied in my stream title again. We are not finished, Realm Reborn. Next time, on Speaking with Alphinaud. Hold up. Oh, hello, sir. Oh, nice. Okay, so I go to Mordona, I combine that with my warrior gear, and then I can mess with it. I have about 28 quests. Hey, Granner, I was feeling positive. Hey, maybe they get better. Okay, yeah, that's a big help. I'm gonna try and get some dyes. I don't know what shade of green I want, but not turquoise. But I'll figure it out next time. I might do it this evening, actually, just come in and dye some stuff. Cool. Yeah, I wanted like a dark green. It would be really cool. That could contrast this one well. Because this does look amazing by itself. Like, it's a fantastic set of armor. Alright, now we have... Yeah. Much better, even though it's super bright outside. I have my eye mask. I'm ready to go. Much better. Alright, and that is it for the day. So, apparently we have 28 quests tomorrow. But, I know there's a lot of stuff that happens in those quests. We have to fight Shiva. I think that might be the only fight left. But, anyway, we'll probably do that tomorrow morning. And then on to Heaven's Ward. Hopefully we can get there tomorrow. I might be on later tonight just to try out some dyes and stuff. Yeah, I hope you don't, too. It'll be a fun fight tomorrow. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, as always. Have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.